Boss, about the sniper you extracted, quiet. You set up a cell for her on the medical platform. The medical team is looking into her abilities. I'll let you know if they learn anything. And boss, leave Miller to me. If we manage to get some intel out of Quiet, that should satisfy him. In the meantime, get on the chopper. You need to head back to Afghanistan. Make contact with Emmerich. Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Welcome back, boss.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Please select a mission.
The objective is to rescue and extract a Mujahid captured by the Soviets. He's being held in the ruins of Lamar Khati Palace, as are a lot of POWs. Civilians, guerrillas, suspected guerrillas. The Soviets have turned the place into their own black site. However, we've only been asked to rescue one of the prisoners. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish.
Mission accepted.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khati Palace. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Map is being updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Lamar Khati Palace.
Detected.
The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Точное значение уже известно?
There. That's the target.
Все есть. Заключенного по имени Малак
Analysis
нужно
complete.
отвезти на аванпост Яха-Обу.
Понял. Аванпост Яху-Обу. А что с остальными?
С ними я разберусь прямо здесь. Повтори приказ.
Caution. Sandstorm approaching.
Доставить Малака на аванпост Яху-Обу. Остальные заключенные останутся здесь.
Хорошо. Исполняем.
Вас понял.
So the target's to be transported, and the other prisoners disposed of here. What do you think? Our mission is just to extract the one target, but well, there's still time before the target reaches the destination.
Will clear shortly. The map has been updated.
Это КП, понял. Внимание всем постам. Противники где-то прячутся. Найди их. Конец связи.
Analysis complete. arrived at Development project has been added. Enemy presence detected. Map has been updated. Guard post captured.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
Enemy presence detected. Map has been updated.
Прием. Это КП. Понял. Выкрути врага. Конец связи.
Analysis complete.
КП, это Дмитрий 6. Услышал взрыв. Жду приказов. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Будьте начеку. Выкрути врага. Конец связи.
Enemy
Yaha oversupply outpost.
the map
We have a fix on the target's location. You just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
КП, РБТ-1. Поиски закончены. Противник не обнаружен. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Не расслабляйтесь. Они еще могут быть рядом. Конец связи.
Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call the chopper from your iDroid box. Then carry the target to it.
زمان شغلانه لپاره راغلی د چا راغلی زما پلار مړ دی زما ټوله کورنۍ مړه کړه
Support helicopter requested.
تا ته چا ویلي دي چې ما هغوی له بوځم
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
ولې داسې کوو
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
ما هم کسانو ته وسپارم چې
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Gaining altitude.
Mission info has been updated. Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, that target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something, and this is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us. Boss, if you got time on your hands, come spend it back at the base. The men will miss you if you're gone too long. Boss, the scientist Emmerich wants us to find him so he can defect. He should be inside Sarat power plant. Make contact with him.
Didi, stay. Didi. Fully trained and ready for action. The rest is up to you. Didi, go! He's going with you.
Unit function added.
Let me explain what D-Dog can do as your buddy. With that nose of his, he can sniff out and mark nearby enemies and prisoners. Should come in handy for infiltrating outposts. I trained him to detect mines and medicinal plants, too. When he locates something, check your map.
A sniper known as Quiet is lurking in the Afghan wilderness. This Quiet has performed a string of hits on Soviet officers. The attacks always occur in the same area, but sweeps of the area turn up no traces whatsoever. They've even posted guards, but they never spot a thing. And then before you know it, another body's lying on the ground. You ever heard of someone who operates like that? No matter how still and silent a person tries to be, they always create some kind of ripple. Be it breathing, a heartbeat, eating, excreting, body temperature, sweat. If this sniper can really vanish completely, that's just not human. I guess Quiet is the right name. But what is Quiet's objective? The local guerrillas wouldn't use this kind of tactic. I just can't see them hiring some superhuman mercenary. And the Soviet officers who've been killed, well, they were all opposed to or skeptical of the secret weapons development being conducted in the area. Sure, they were a problem for those supporting it, but the Soviets have nothing to gain by killing them. So we have an assassin with superhuman combat skills who isn't working for the guerrillas or the Soviets. Miller has a theory that this sniper is a hitman for Cypher. He thinks it's time we silence Quiet for good. But I'm against the lethal treatment. I say we bring the sniper back alive and break that silence. Because even if this Quiet doesn't say a word, there's still plenty we can learn. Just remember this, boss. If our hunch is right, you'll be on this sniper's hit list too. If things seem a little too quiet when you're in the field, watch out. Quiet's out there somewhere. And if possible, this is one sniper I want back here breathing. When Quiet first came here, she demonstrated her marksmanship against that enemy fighter plane. It showed she was much more than your everyday crack shot. Hitting a moving target from 600 meters is a challenge, but it's possible with the right training and equipment. But shooting down that missile, that's a world apart from taking out a soldier on patrol. The chopper and the missile were in motion, meaning different vectors at high velocity in three-dimensional space, and she shot an unguided bullet that had to fight air resistance and gravity. All that while the chopper was taking evasive maneuvers. Some of the best target leading I've ever known.
Rain approaching.
She has a superhuman sense of spatial awareness. You put her in a fighter jet, and she'd be an ace right off the bat. Hell, your judgment was top class too. Realizing she could take out that pilot, that's quick thinking. You and Quiet could make a hell of a team. You'd be damn near unstoppable. Quiet is still in her cell. Only a few staff are authorized to go near her.
She hasn't tried anything funny, but that's what bothers me most.
In particular?
What does she have to gain by coming to Mother Base? I first thought she was under orders from Cypher to take you out. She didn't manage it in Afghanistan, so round 2 happens here. So I lighten the guard. And that lock on her door is a joke.
You gave her an opening. And?
Well, she hasn't killed you yet. And I hate to say it, but she's had plenty of chances.
You made me the bait.
Poisonous bait. What better? Anyway, she didn't bite. Quiet is keeping her silence. So I'm left with no idea again what she's doing here.
We tried communicating with her through writing. That didn't work either. Whether she's illiterate, dyslexic, or just plain stubborn, she won't cooperate. I just don't get it.
If she tried to contact the outside, it'd be picked up by our counterintelligence net, but it's clean. There's no sign she's had contact with the staff, the base facilities, nothing. She's almost got the men wanting her to try something, just to find out what she's up to. And she's in there putting on the failed soldier look, all downcast eyes and defeated sighs. But she doesn't kill herself. She can't be trying to leave Cypher and surrender to us.
So what's the verdict?
This may sound optimistic, but here's how I see it. Quiet came here to fulfill some objective. To kill you, maybe to destroy Diamond Dogs. Whatever it was, before she could do it, something changed her mind. Yes. When I look at her, I sense hesitation.
You think she'd betray Cypher?
Can't say for sure. I prefer the ones that talk. Anyway, we'll keep her under watch. And we're also looking into those special abilities of hers. You'll be the first to know if something comes up. Why not look in on her yourself once in a while?
Right.
Snake, I wanted to ask you about the man on fire.
What do you remember from the hospital? Anything we can use? Well, he took off the moment the sprinklers started up.
Sprinklers? The fire system?
And when he got sprayed with water from the burst pipe, it slowed him down.
When we escaped on horseback, he wouldn't cross the river either.
And then it started to rain. And he disappeared.
Water against fire. Is it that simple? I mean, it makes sense. It's just hard to believe it would work on a guy like that.